for getting the system back up and running almost completely after the storm. So what do subway and bus riders have to say about the upcoming fare hikes? Greg Marker went to tonight's hearing.
This is the third fare hike hearing that I have been to in a week. The first one was in Brooklyn last week, right after and during the snowstorm. I stopped by the one in the Bronx today. Both, there were a couple dozen speakers. And then at this one, at Baruch College in Manhattan, 44 speakers here. You know what? I kind of didn't know where I was going to go with this story.
Would you like to give me some names and, if possible, home addresses of bankers who are exclusively, responsible for these deals that have got you in so much trouble? Just let me know.
Albany's approach has often been to stick it to mass transit riders instead of investing in this public good.
Hopefully we can just decrease these fares and not make it more difficult for New Yorkers all around. Thank you very much.
That's Dara K Fulton. She rode the subway from Brooklyn. Since she was here, she also said something about service on the B38.
It's a big advocate of talking and letting people know, hey, this is how we feel, and see if we can come to some kind of compromise.
Well, you stood there and you looked them in the eye. Did they hear you?
I feel they did. I feel they heard me, honestly. Whether or not that's going to make a difference, I don't know, but I do feel I did get some eye contact. I didn't get rolling eyes or, evil-looking faces. So I think that's a plus, And it's all about your approach, too, I think. I understand we're angry, and yes, we all have our own feeling, but I think if you approach it in a way where they know that you're angry, but you're being affected by what you're saying, kind of helps.
Options are on the table, which is why we should speak up. A single ride, somewhere between $2.25, which it is now, or say maybe $2.75. Unlimited monthly, how's $125 sound? Bonus, $0. See why we should speak up. So, what's up, Dara K Fulton?
But if you take away the discounts and you're raising the fares, then it's like you're taking away everything from us, and we're kind of stuck with your system.
The Staten Island hearing was originally scheduled for tomorrow. It has been postponed to the week of November 26th. Hearings in Flushing, Queens and White Plains will be on Thursday, and you can always go onto the internet, mta.info, and register your thoughts there.
For a second, I almost thought they had the wrong file tape of the meeting from during the nor'easter because it was so empty.
So what was everyone's excuse tonight?
That was tonight's meeting?
Well, it was, and that was something that people were talking about there. I think because there are no service cuts this time, people have resigned themselves to the inevitability of this. It's going to happen in March for sure. But my thing is, they can set the swipe at somewhere between $2.25 or even $2.75 or monthly fare, so register your voice while you can. If we're concerned about the price of, or a credit for the monthly Metro card during the storm, if that's come up, we can speak up about this here because we're not getting any credit for that.
You like Deborah, our friend we know as Sun Bubbles on Twitter.
Yes, for Dara, she's the best. All right, in Mock Speed, a couple of things to address tonight. All of the damage to the city has city leaders talking about how to protect us from future storms as we watch the water rise. Some of the ideas that are being floated around include a federal study of whether or not to build some sort of big storm surge barriers. Some cities in the Netherlands have what's called a seawall that actually rises up and keeps water out of there. The Speaker Quinn had a big speech today. She has suggested stricter requirements for flood-proofing buildings and putting utility lines, putting them underground in areas where that would make sense. Governor Cuomo has said part of the federal money that he's going to ask for should be used to make the infrastructure better. We're really getting a lesson in climate science here, and one of the facts I keep hearing is the sea level around our city has gone up almost a foot in the last 100 years. Think about that the next time it starts raining. The storm has had casualties. It has tossed around houses and boats and ruined neighborhoods. A problem that is still lingering across the boroughs are down trees. Anne Marie had me over to her place in Sheepshead Bay. You can see why she's concerned here. A tree that is on MTA property is now leaning on what she thinks is a Verizon wire there. This is one of those things that they're now getting to, and I will make sure that the MTA knows they need to go take a look at that. That's one of those things, it's really picking up the pieces now one at a time.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg. We'll be right back.